Well, ladies and gentlemen, how are we all feeling about tomorrow? Keith here from Come On The Hoops Celtic. If this is your first time coming across the channel, please hit the subscribe button below, a thumbs up or a comment below. I'm a bit nervous about this Champions League draw tomorrow, so we're going to talk about the Champions League draw. We're going to talk about the format of the competition, where the final is, the teams that we could go against, and your comments below, which is crucial, which I will be touching on in the next video. Now, the Champions League will commence in the first week of September, between the 6th and the 7th of September. That's the match days, Tuesday and Wednesdays. The Champions League's on. For people that are not familiar with this, because it's been a while, Celtic have been in the Champions League 16-17 season. How it works is there's 4 pots, and basically the 4 pots will be split out, and it will be a format of 8 groups and 4 teams going to each group. You finish first and second, you go into the last 16. You finish third place, you'll be granted into the UEFA Europa League knockout stages, which is fantastic. It means that there's some sort of European after the new year, which is good for people. The match days are earlier this season because of the Qatar World Cup. So I'm going to talk about these teams. Now, I do apologise if I do look down and start talking about the teams. I'm going to have it on the screen, the potential opponents that we could go against. And I want your reaction as well. Now, the final is going to be in the Ataturk Stadium in Istanbul. The draw is at 5 o'clock tomorrow. It's on BT, and it's also free on the UEFA website. So go into UEFA.com and you'll see the draw there for the UEFA Champions League. Celtic, a former winner of the competition. We won it in 1967. We also got to the final in 1970, the San Siro against Feyenoord. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to who we can get. Obviously, really good caliber teams that went on to win the Champions League, have previous history in the Champions League. There's some teams in there that have won it 7 times, some teams that have won it there 13 times, 6 times, and we obviously made it count for ourselves, winning it once as well. Not like the likes of Man City or Arsenal that haven't never won it in their history, but Arsenal not in anyway. So basically, if Rangers get through tonight, they will be in pot 4 with us. So with the country protection, we won't get Rangers in the same group, which, to be honest with you, it would have been madness. But if we were successful at Celtic and Rangers, which the chances are quite slim for them to get through, we could potentially get them in the last 8. The last 8 of the Champions League. Imagine that. Never rule out. Never rule out. The final will be in Istanbul. The Ataturk Stadium hosted the final in 2005 between AC Milan and Liverpool. One of the greatest comebacks in football history. Liverpool were 3-0 down at half time. Alonso, Smeater, Gerrard pulled it back for them, and Dudek done the wonder Bruce Gobbler saves for them. So let's talk about pot 1. It's on the screen right in front of you. The winners, Real Madrid, are in there. The winners of the Europa League, who beat Rangers in the final, Eintracht Frankfurt, German side, they're in there. Man City, the winners of the English Premier League. We've got AC Milan in there as well, that won the Serie A. We've got Bayern Munich in there. We've got PSG that won the French League. We got FC Porto, and we got Ajax. So a lot of familiar teams to Celtic fans. Real Madrid, a lot of people want Real Madrid. A trip to the Bernabeu would be sexy to play the current European champions. Preferably, I don't want Real Madrid because I think we'll get absolutely smashed by them, to be honest with you, away. Eintracht Frankfurt, I fancy me chances against them. I would love to get them in the group, to be honest with you. They didn't do well in the Bundesliga last season, but they done fantastic in the Europa League. Man City, bit of history with them. Brendan Rodgers' 4th season, 16-17 season, we played them. And look at 3-3 at Celtic Park, and then 1 on the Etihad. AC Milan, the first ever Champions League game I've ever been to was AC Milan and Celtic 07 February, knockout stages 0-0. Unfortunately, we got beaten in extra time in the San Siro, and Borges pulled off some cracking saves. Bayern Munich, bit of history with them. Last time we played Bayern Munich was in the Champions League group stages. Callum McGregor scored that night and they ended up beating us. And PSG, I don't even want to talk about PSG. I don't want PSG. FIFA scored the last time we played them at Paris. Porto, a bit of history with them. Jose Mourinho's Porto beat us in extra time in Seville, which was the 3-2 game. Heartbreaker, 90,000 fans were at that. Ajax, oh Jesus, I'd love to get Ajax as well, to be honest. I just think Ajax are not the strong team they once were. I think I fancy our chances against Ajax as well. Pot 2 consists of Liverpool, 6-time European champions. Chelsea are in Pot 2 as well. I know a lot of people would like a trip to Stamford Bridge, play against the Blue Brothers. Barcelona, a trip to the new camp. It's been very familiar over the last 20 years, been to the new camp a couple of times. Juventus, a bit of unrivaled history with them as well. 2012-13, we played in the knockout stages of the Champions League. And do we want them again? Juve, they're not as strong as they were. I wouldn't mind playing Juventus in the group stages, to be honest with you. Atletico Madrid, Simeone, war style of football, defensive football. Real scummy team, to be honest with you. I don't want them. Sevilla, I'd love to play Sevilla. A trip to Seville would be class. Red Bull Islip, decent team. I think we could do them. I really believe we could do them, especially at Celtic Park. Tottenham Hotspur, nice stadium, decent team. Conte's a good manager. I wouldn't mind getting Spurs as well, to be honest with you. Pot 3 consists of Borussia Dortmund, good team, fantastic stadium, fantastic supporters. A trip to Dortmund perhaps would be nice. Red Bull Salzburg, really decent team, underdogs in the Champions League the last couple of years. Shakhtar Donetsk, we're going to have the Ukraine sympathy vote here. No disrespect to Ukraine, but that's what we're going to get with the likes of these Ukrainian teams. I don't want to play Shakhtar, to be honest, even though we could beat them, definitely. Inter Milan, 1967, we beat them in Lisbon, played them in the Europa League back in 14-15, 3-all draw, Celtic Park. Napoli would be a good shout to get. Sporting Lisbon, trip to Lisbon for Jota, trip to Lisbon for Celtic fans, green and white to Lisbon or Sporting, wouldn't be bad. Bayern Leverkusen, Borussia, Bundesliga sides, they're in the same pot with Borussia Dortmund. I wouldn't mind Leverkusen, even though they gave us an ass whooping at Celtic Park last season in the Europa League, and then Benfica. So how it works with pot 4, we're in pot 4 with the likes of Club Brugge, so we don't have to worry about pot 4. If Rangers are successful tonight against PSG, touch wood or not, they'll go into pot 4, and we don't have to worry about playing teams from pot 4. So how the Champions League's going to work out is there's the fixtures right there in front of you. There's your three match days for home. There's your 3 match days away. And then the draw will be in November for the last 16. The final will be in June because of the World Cup, obviously stalling the football calendar. And look at the chances of us getting to Istanbul are quite slim. But you got to have hope. You know, my honest opinion about the Champions League this season is if we can get a win or two in the Champions League, bring back the memorable nights at Celtic Park, make it a fortress, would be phenomenal. If we finished third and get into Europa League and get a couple of rounds in there, I'd be happy with that. But the biggest focus is, I'm not trying to Debbie Downer this video, the league is the bread and butter. We need to win the league this season. And having European football to some fans is a distraction. It's a good distraction because you're playing against Europe's elite. But at the same time, you don't want to have a European hangover and drop points as well that weekend. So I'm optimistic. It's good to have us back in the Champions League. We're going to have fantastic banners from the fans as usual. We're going to have the disco lights being done for the first time in the history of the Champions League for Celtic as well. And you know what, the boys can go out there and just conduct themselves. Just literally go out there as the underdogs, play against these and give it a go. So the group I want is Eintracht Frankfurt, which is Europa League winners. I want Sevilla and I want Sporting Lisbon. I think that's the best group Celtic could possibly get. The worst group Celtic could get is the likes of Real Madrid, Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund, or even Man City, Barcelona and a Borussia Dortmund we're looking at, or even an Inter Milan. We would struggle there with them 3 teams. But let me know in the comments who you want in the group, and please hit the subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow after the draw is done to talk about our opponents in the group and our chances of beating these teams as well. But look at, we're Celtic Football Club. We're known worldwide for our European atmosphere, and if we can produce that this season and get behind the boys as we usually do, we give ourselves a good account of playing against these top teams. You know, Celtic Park used to be once a fortress, and it took teams forever to beat us there in the 0-0s. But let's see what happens. Speak to us all soon. Hell, up the Celts.